It's a 2022 Can-Am Commander, and I did an oil change video on it, and I had a lot of people asking me how to check the fluid and everything like that. So I'm just gonna go over it real quick with y'all and show y'all how to check everything and do all that. First things first, you don't have to dump the bed up, but it's a lot easier to get to everything. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And there's this little pin right here. You just pull this cotter key and you just push this pin out, grab it, and you pull it out, and your bed will fall back, and you can get in here a lot easier. But you check your oil right here, and then if you want to check your air filter, you just take this off, and your air filter is right back here. But your coolant is right here, so you just turn this little screw, pop this up, and your coolant reservoir is right there. You can, you know, top it off, whatever you need to do with that. Your gearbox oil level, you're going to want to get a ratchet. Probably a 3/8 would be the best, and a 17mm deep socket. And you're gonna come in here and you're gonna loosen that right there. And once you get it loose, you should be able to get your hand in here like this and loosen it up. And once you get it unthreaded all the way, you can pull it out. And like that. And you're just gonna wipe it off, stick it back in there. And like I said, this is your gearbox oil level, and it'll be right there, right next to your oil. Now when you're tightening that gearbox oil dipstick back up, you don't need to wrench on it because it's just a plastic nut and you'll break it, and you don't want to do that. So you just kind of snug it up. And I'm sure many of you know already, but you just grab this little clip. There's a clip right here, you push it in and pull this up, and right here is going to be all your brake fluid. You got two of them, one for the front, one for the rear, obviously. It's pretty simple. And then if you pull this out and you can't get it back in there, all you want to do is line it up and just push it back and slam it down, and it'll go right back in. So now moving on to the front diff. Bolt right there, it's 8mm Allen. You just take it loose and that should be your oil level. So I've just got me my 3/8 ratchet again with about an 8-inch extension with an 8mm Allen head on it. And I'm just gonna get right in here, stick it on there, and loosen her up. That way I can check the level. So it should come out pretty easy. Once you get it loose, you can just turn it by hand. Take this the rest of the way out, and so I can see the oil level. It's pretty good. You don't want to overfill it, because if you overfill it, it'll just spill right out. So as long as you can see it, you don't want it to be too low. And you're just going to tighten this back in here and grab your ratchet and snug her back up. Now this you can put a little bit more on than the gearbox because it's, you know, metal, but I wouldn't get her too tight. That's probably good right there. So for the 700 models, your drain plugs are going to be in a little bit different places. It's basically going to be the same, but you're going to have a rear differential fluid level. Mine doesn't have that because it's 1000, but here's the engine oil type based on cold, warm, or general temperature. It's really just personal preference or whatever climate you live in. And for the gearbox oil, this is what kind of gearbox oil of 1000, or this is for the 700 models right here, and this is for the 1000 models right here. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. I mean, they made everything pretty accessible. The only thing I don't like is the gearbox oil level dipstick is a nut. I would like it to be just a turn like the engine oil dipstick level. Like, I would rather it be like this instead of like a nut like that, but what can you do about it? Nothing. That's pretty much it on these. They're pretty easy to maintain. Hopefully you never have to work on them though, is the thing, but you know, stuff breaks down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See you on the next one.